Streaming cyberspace into your place. Presented by Skitter Creek Motorsports Group. From Martinsville Speedway, it's the Virtual Grid Network's Round 4 coverage of the Bootleg Racing League Super Late Model Series Season 21. With 3 races in the book, the season is just now beginning to tell its story. A story of consistency versus volatility. A story about a points race so close the championship may hinge on attendance rather than on on-track expertise. Aiden Young Gun Young leads the championship despite being winless. A consistent diet of middle and low podiums has put the young fireman at the top of the points poll. The driver that has been burning hottest lately has been multi-time champ J.R. Shepard, now second in the points. He's on a 2-race win streak in his quest to overcome the opening round disappointing result. Simmering in the low weeds are 2 drivers yet to podium, but also yet to miss the top 10. They are Mark Herzog and Jeffrey Harden, sitting 3rd and 4th respectively. 11 top 10s and some no-shows from the competition might be the path to the crown. Who will show up? Who will blow up? Find out by pulling the lever on the Lazy Boy and settle in, because some simulated short track excitement is about to come your way. Yes, Virginia, we are indeed back, alive and live, as we say hello and welcome to the National Tea Day, Friday, April 21st, 2023. TJ Clark is on assignment commentating a Brooklyn wedding, so Sean Ambrose alone joins yours truly, Bill Soups on, high up in the VGN broadcast booth to bring you our Word's Eye view. As always, we playing Ryan Seneca, turning the knobs and pushing the sliders. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't know about Martinsville, but for any extraterrestrials out there who might be watching, Sean, tell us about tonight's venue.
Soup, this is Martinsville. Made it to Virginia, my friend. This 0.53-mile track here on iRacing is a gem. And you know, the NASCAR Cup Series has been racing here since 1949. Think about that. That's a
long time.
That's a long time. Yeah. Listen, classic track. This is not a bull ring. This is a drag strip with a couple of tight turns on each end of it. It's kind of like a paperclip from the sky. And Bill, the super late model here, it gets around pretty quick, buddy. Just over 19 seconds, down around 18 seconds on a fresh run and good tires. But tires, that will be the issue tonight. Who takes care of it getting off the turns here tonight at Martinsville? Who keeps it out of the wall? Take care of your equipment. You're going to need it tonight for 200 laps at Martinsville Speedway.
And we're glad that you're with us. Tonight's broadcast is made possible by Skitter Creek Motorsports Group, the home of the Bootleg Racing League, GT Racing League, Thunder Ridge Racing, Mothers Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys, Virtual Grip Network, and more. Please visit them at skittercreek.com. Sean, again, for the Venusians and the Martians who might be watching, what are the race details?
Bill, we're right smack dab in a run of 11 rounds. I said 200 laps here at Martinsville tonight. That's what we'll run. Yeah, we'll be pitting. How much? How often? We'll see. Get 1 fast repair if you need it. Hopefully you won't need it early. 3 tire sets. Well, what does that mean? Well, you start with 1 on the car. That's 1, and then you get 2 more in the pits. If you choose to use them, you will need them. We're going to be inverting the grid from last week's top 15. But, I'm sorry, the top 15 for the previous race, invert for tonight. Doesn't look like Rory Collins or Donnie Allen are here right now for this evening. So, Bill, we'll see exactly how we're going to line up here in just a moment. As I see, we're transitioning out of practice now.
Let me hustle through these points as they're about to grid up here. With Donnie Allen and Michaela Steffs making their season debut at USA, the number of drivers who have raced at least once has grown to 28. 2 bridesmaids and a show for Aiden Young Gun Young. J.R. Shepard's second straight win jumps him 3 spots. Mark Herzog falls to 3rd, while Jeffrey Harden holds station. Round 1 winner James Tiernan is next. Dead last at USA dropped Donnie Moore 3 positions, averaging 10th place finish for David Traylor, towed into 7th, just ahead of Chris Davis. Joe Segala once again leads all the top 10 drivers in incident points by a large margin. And 8th at USA was Michael Lemieux's best result this season. Okay, well, there you have your top 10. Of course, we have 28 drivers who's raced so far. Let's go ahead and give you the starting grid right now. I'll bring that up as they go out there. And it looks like it is going to be John Wilson. He's going to scoot up on the inside row. I think he finished 13th last time. They'll scoot him up into the pole position. He's going to be inside of Chris Davis. Sean?
All right, row 2, Bill, is going to be David Tractor Trailer and Joe Segala.
Michaela Steffs is going to be in the 5th position inside of Michael Lemieux.
All right, Bill. Jeffrey Harden, Mark Herzog going to ride out the next row in 7th and 8th.
Matt Hoos and Aiden Young Gun Young, Philip row 5.
Row 6 going to be Jason Menda. JR, the champ, is here. Shepard.
In the Baker's Dozen spot is Tom Hilbert. He's going to be flanked by Derek Henry.
We got a Trey Blome and Steve Hilbert round out row 8.
Good old Bruce Pearson going to be in 17th position. Ryan Salvador in 18th.
Kurt Smith and the boss man, Lowell Jewell, round out row 10.
Field at 20. That's nice. It's a nice even number there.
I like it.
Makes you want to have a Dos Equis.
Yes.
I know my Spanish and my Roman numerals. I don't know. I think 2 X's is 20.
Bill, you carved out Roman numerals on a tablet before, haven't you?
I have indeed.
That's not fair. I should. Here we go, buddy.
These 10 commandments. All right, little Mel Brooks for you there. All right, you know what to do. We're going green. Round number 3. Chugga, makes you want to holla, Idaho! Great jump out in front. And it is John Wilson who gets the pole. He is close. Oh, no! It's going to be a quick pass as Chris Davis gets underneath Wilson to take over the lead down the back straight.
Boy, and they are stacking up deep behind him. You go about 4 cars back, and they're side by side getting off turn 4. Oh, and they're off at turn 4 into the wall.
And it looks like it was the yellow car, the number 21 of Matt Hoos. I hate to say it, he got loose.
Certainly did. And again, I said they were coming off side by side. You're going to see it here on the replay.
That was Jason Menda behind him. I don't think Menda got into him. I think maybe getting the power down, huh?
I think that car was starting to come around already, and Menda just happened to be there. We'll get another swipe at it here and take a look and see if there was action and contact. Now he come off by himself. That's tough because he's got Menda in his mirror there, and he wants to keep the momentum going, and maybe just gooses that throttle a little bit too much, trying to get an advantage coming off. Here's the other wreck right here.
There you go, and that was Michaela got into that. Do a quick update of my pull back the curtains here on some of the iRacing procedures. Make sure that my paints match what you guys are seeing. I called it a yellow car, clearly on screen. Matt Hoos driving a blue machine. We're not going to blame that one on my rods and cones, Sean. That was technology. I know the difference between yellow and blue.
Are we sure?
Yeah. All right. Working lap number 4. Chris Davis out in front. 20 cars here. Everyone able to come in, get their fast repairs, get back out there. So all 20 still on the lead lap. Didn't get a chance to run down your top 5. Your pole sitter, John Wilson, he sits 2nd. Joe Segala has picked up a spot. He's sitting in 3rd. Losing a spot, David Trailer. Picking up a spot, Michael Lemieux. Looking for a big mover. How about 4 spots for Aiden Young Gun Young, our points leader? Another 4 spots picked up for J.R. Shepard, 2nd in the points. I see a pattern of the guys who are picking up positions. These guys who are sitting up in the points.
All right, Bill. Now, Michaela had to come in and get a pit stop, and I'm not sure if she had to take the fast repair or not, but car was in for just over 30 seconds, back on track, ready to come back out here and get this race restarted.
Might want to keep that one in the pocket. Matt Hoos and Michaela Steffes sitting 19th and 20th after their incident. All right, our attention turns up front to Chris Davis. This is the familiar number 7. He's in control. He was on the outside of row 1 for the start. He's on the inside now, gets a great jump. The question will be, can John Wilson duck down and close the door on Joe Segala? Be it aggressive driving or just bad luck, Segala seems to rack up those incidence points. He's really close right now with the 54 of David Trailer. Trailer on the outside. Goes really wide, Sean.
Yeah, really wide, and just like we saw on the start of the race there. Oh, and they're
big one, and they're piling in. It all started
Ouch.
going on his roof. It started with the 40 of Michael Lemieux. And when you're this close and you have a crash this far up in the front, you got bad news. Boy, the 57 got into him really hard.
Going to look at this from up top here, and it was just a mess. A whole bunch of cars get stacked up in that there, Bill. Mendick gets a piece of that.
That was Mark Herzog in the 57 that I think.
Yeah,
boy,
he was upside down.
Maybe
Yeah,
some ghost contact, but
we're going to be on board with him right here, Bill.
He gets into the back of the 40. Then piling in is the 36 comes in there. Jeffrey Harden. Whoa. Hope you had your Dramamine. The 45 of Jason Menda also involved in it. Great job of driving by Bruce Pearson, who just kind of snuck through in his double duck machine.
The double duck. Love it.
Well, we've got ourselves a busy one.
Yes, we do. And a lot of pit stops. Menda decides to come in. And Mike Lemieux has made his way in. Harden's already come down and out. And Herzog going to be in there for a few minutes because he had to take a tow.
Okay, John Wilson is on my list of drivers we can talk to. You want to see if we can dial him up? Do we have time? Are they going double yet? I think we have time. We'll get him real quick. John, this is Soup. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do so, sir. How are you?
Good. We'll get to you real quick because it looks like we're doubling up here. You started on pole, lost the position. How you feeling?
Not too bad. I'm just trying to get some experience in these cars. I don't have a whole lot, so it's kind of nice to be up front and not have to deal with all the mess.
You got Joe Segala in the 81. He's going to be on the inside row behind you there. Can you tuck down and hold down second?
I'm hoping so. We'll just see where we get fit in here.
All right, you're running well. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
I don't think I've had the pleasure to talk to John Wilson before. Thanks for talking to us, and he did that real quick as he's gridding up.
Well, I've still officially never talked to him, Bill, so there you go.
Oh, no, sorry. More curtain pulling back here at GSRC. We talked before.
Whoa, where?
Yeah.
At where?
Oh, Mike.
It's your partner.
How much is
Must
that?
be the-
That's got to be $15 or $20 in the
Oh,
jar, right?
you're going to get so docked for that? Oh, and then you know what? Fortunately, the yellow stays out, and now the lights have gone off on the pace car.
Oh, that's like calling your new wife your ex-wife's name. That's boss man, sorry. You got to give me that. Give me one per season. Holy moly. Pull back the curtain here on the Virtual Grip Network. Crackers and I talked about how we were going to do interviews. We were going to share them, and I forgot all about that. Took them all.
Having fun.
That's right. It's a big bowl of soup tonight. All right. Chris Davis, working lap number 13. Let's see if John Wilson can tuck into second. That was a great interview. He's got room. John, I hope you clear, baby. Get on in there. Really slow behind from Segala as he loses that spot. Segala drifts up and gets into Shepard. Shepard says, oh, come on, Joe. They get it all worked out.
just trying to stay green here for maybe 10, 15 laps would be nice. Chipping away at it. We're just 15 laps in, Bill.
Great. Now look what Shepard has done. He's got around Aiden Young. And now Shepard again on the inside of Segala now. And he's going to bring the points leader, Aiden Young, right with him. Now remember, Shepard only picks up 1 point for being ahead of Young. It's real simple scoring in the Bootleg Racing League. 1 point per position. Shepard must be listening to me right now as he's trying to pick up another one. He gets underneath trailer.
Poor JR looks a little dialed in right now. That's a nice, clean, easy pass. He's definitely got it working down on the inside. Look at him drive off.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to say we're in for a long night, but this lap 17, and Shepard and Young have already made their way well up to the front. Did not take JR long. Now they invert the top 15, but that doesn't necessarily mean, even though JR Shepard won last round, that doesn't necessarily mean he'll be starting in 15th position. Because if a few of the drivers who are in odd positions miss, they bring up that whole column. So I believe JR, I can do a quick check, where he did get to start 12th. So he picked up a few spots. And now he works on the 75 of John Wilson, our yellow flag interview. He gets that done. Oh no, almost getting into it is trailer.
Yeah, boy, John opened that door up, and it's like opening up a floodgate. Everybody taking their opportunity there. John's got to be careful, though. Really, really close coming off.
Segala looking to dunk underneath. Bruce Wilson back in the 22.
Joe got really loose there, kind of cooked it going in.
Love that great camera shot. You can see mostly single file through the field. Here comes the move. That is the 12 of Salvatore looking to the inside of the 22. Good drive off from Pearson. Good dive down in from Salvatore.
Like those colors on Pearson's car there, Bill.
Oh, you're teasing me. What color are they?
Maybe green and black.
Okay.
Kind of a neon green. Really, really. Nope.
Oh, they're moving on the inside now. Kurt Smith gets them. Here comes Hoos. How about a tip of the hat to Matt? He had that early incident, fell way to the back. Well, he's made up half of it. He's sitting right smack dead on the equator in 10th position.
Well, we've all shuffled out the single file here. We got a nice run going. Up front, though, there was a battle heating up. I think it's still heating up. JR just tried to take a slice there out of Chris Davis. Couldn't get the job done. Davis driving it awful hard right now, Bill.
Indeed. Shepard trying to take that slice. Well, Davis is a pizza that'll fight you back. That's number 7. Boy, I'd love to see number 7. Hard for me not to think of Alan Kowicki. Look at the 98 working right on him. And we should point out that Aiden Young was able to get around trailer. Now he sits in 3rd. And we got a new leader. Boy, how many times has Soup's On had to say this? Your new leader, J.R. Shepard.
Hey, good job by Chris Davis of keeping the cheese on the pizza right there.
Indeed. Now,
ooh, a little side by side there. Chris having a little trouble with Aiden Young.
You would think on a normal race and maybe even on a standard length race, Young would really be in a hurry to get through. Plenty of time, and actually pointless for him to work too hard. He really doesn't need to stay with Shepard. There will certainly be another yellow flag between now and then. As long as you can keep Shepard in your sight, you're okay.
Yeah, they're playing it kind of close now. David trailer all over Chris Davis. And look who's back. John Wilson's found his way back into the top 5.
I want to jump you back to the car on the outside, car number 12, Ryan Salvatore. He's made up 9 positions. Yeah, maybe some of that might be from attrition. But look at the drive. Oh, my goodness. And trailer goes around as Salvatore almost got into the back of Hoos. But we do not go yellow. How can that be? I'm looking at... Oh, he spins off to the inside.
You know what, Bill?
Wilson.
Yeah, he just clips the inside barrel, never gets back up into the racing line. He does get clipped by a car going by there.
That was John Wilson, but I'm not so sure that was just the trailer was, unhooked.
There's trailer, but he got clipped. And I'm sorry, I didn't see who that was. Didn't catch who it was, but that's going to get him back in the pit lane. I say back, actually, this is the first time in.
And really a worst case scenario when you spin and you do not bring out a yellow, because not only do you lose the position you're in, there's a good chance you're going to go more than 1 lap down. There are lucky dogs here in the Bootleg Racing League.
Well,
now let's look at this. Yeah,
there he goes. Chris Davis getting taken over here.
John Wilson, our pole sitter. Whoa, Davis comes down and really closes the door on Joe Segala. Oh, that's a foot breaker on that one.
Yeah, now we're racing, Bill. Now we're racing, buddy. Everybody's settled down here into a group. We got some great racing side by side throughout the field. On board here with Joe Segala. He's trailing Chris Davis here. Gives up a bunch of positions there to the inside.
Kurt Smith is on the move in the 6. Boy, that's an understatement, huh?
Yeah.
All right, let's jump back to the side-by-side action with Joe Segala on the outside. And the 32 of Trey Bloom.
No, we're looking at Kurt Smith and Davis right now. Sorry there.
All right. Davis beginning to fall after the early run up front. Another position for Smith. Tip of the hat to Hoos. We talked about him. He was at the back. Sean, when you look at Hoos's progress, it says he started in 9th and now he's racing in, well, I believe what will be 5th when this is all said and done. That really doesn't tell the story. The 6th. He was all the way to the back.
Yeah, he was, but Matt is a salty old vet. He has been driving these cars in the iRacing service for well over 10 years now. I think he's an 11, close to 12-year member, in fact. Matt's been around a piece, and don't worry, he'll be there. If the car, if he can keep the rubber side down to the end, he'll be in the conversation.
He has a 3-digit iRacing ID.
There you go. So, 13 years.
Good racing.
He's got a 3-digit ID. Really?
No, I just made that. Well, yes. Yes.
Well, I know my brother John, who he's a 4-digit guy. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
20 cars here tonight, 14 still on the lead lap, the last one being Derrick Henry. Field beginning to string out a bit. A lot of cautions early. Sometimes that is the case.
Yeah, but boy, that last caution really settled things down. Obviously, JR, though, off to a pretty good gap right now. It's sitting just almost 2.5 seconds. Just over 2.5 seconds.
Let's go to Ryan Salvatore in the 12 machine. He's working on Davis. I really think Davis enjoyed being out front and has used up a lot of his stuff. Now, you got to forgive me. I'm used to calling those late model series on Saturday night that are 100 laps that do not have pit stops. You can use up your stuff, come in, get a fresh set. Do it again, get another fresh set.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to guess maybe next caution. Certainly, if it's any time within the next 10 to 15 laps, I think you might see a few guys come in, play a little strategy here. Chris Davis, someone who was up at the front, held off J.R. Shepherd for a long time. Like you said a moment ago, has maybe used up a little bit of his equipment. So might be a good time for him to get back. Jeff Harden, who's been fast, is the defending champion. We've seen him be faster right now, stuck back there in 11th, back to Chris Davis. Now he's trying to hold off Salvatore.
Well, you talked about Jeffrey Harden. He's on about an 11 lap shorter stint. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that he came in and got a new set of tires, because probably you wouldn't want to get him quite so early in the race.
Right. You don't want to burn. You don't want to burn it. You only get two more sets. So yeah, you want to use those sparingly. Kurt Smith. I'm stepping all over my words. Kurt Smith, John Wilson going at it here on screen. Kurt Smith going to get the advantage. Back to the line. Kurt Smith now up there in where did that put him? Third.
And there's Davis dropping another spot.
Bill,
Now, see, go ahead.
I can't read anymore. I can't read. I can't see.
Oh,
It's getting
it's
worse.
those $2.50 iRacing Amazon reading glasses that you're using.
Yeah, no,
That's nothing to do with
these are the expensive ones.
All
That's
right.
why I'm concerned.
We're looking at Davis continuing to fall. Now, see, Davis should listen to my dad's advice. My dad told me when I was a little boy that, getting fresh tires is like buying drinks for women in the bar. You want to do it early. You want to spend early while the pickings are good and the competition is stiff. There's no reason to save your tires, no reason to save your money to last call when all you really need is a cheesy line and a stick of gum. So if you listen to what my dad said, come on in and get rubber now.
You know what our good friend Richie Hearns always said? Tires are king,
Yep,
man.
tires are king. Working lap number 52. Working going on 53 as they come around. Man sitting second in the points, multi-time champion J.R. Seppert out there having it his own way here on this Friday night in the 98. Got himself a comfortable 3.6 second lead on Aiden Young, but really the gap is meaningless because certainly we're going to have another yellow in the next 146 laps.
Certainly, I think we might. Chris, I'll tell you what, Chris Davis, that was a heck of a battle, him and Salvatore. We're having it on screen. Now we drop back, and there is Jeffrey Harden, the defending champ, having a fight off here the advances of Bruce Pearson. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's 21. Yep, it's we're now moved over to John Wilson and Matt Hoos. Sorry, Matt. Matt's on screen making a move there below Wilson. Is he going to get it? He clears it.
And the Blue Hoos gets that done. Gets around the 75. Okay, since my little call signature faux pas, let's go ahead and put the camera on car number 20. One of my favorite, not only drivers, but just human beings. Lowell Jewell, having a good run. Up 11 spots.
Yeah, Lowell right now sitting in the top 10.
And if we drop back a little bit, a nice battle going on behind him. That's Harden being challenged by Pearson. Also in the mix back there, Trey Bloom. And then the last car in that 4-car train, Jason Menda, the fireman. Another pole-less fireman. He's going to get this done, though. He gets a nice drive off, working on Bloom, gets to the inside. Trey says, you got it.
I think Mendes, after kind of getting caught up in that one incident early, I think he's choosing to sit back here right now, letting the race maybe come to him, and see if he can get a better result this week. We know Mendes fast. We've seen him win races before, but he needs a little luck, Bill. Needs a little luck.
The top 9 cars have yet to pit. First car to have pitted would be Jeffrey Harden. Now, if tires are not an issue, though, you got to think that Harden will at least get about 10 or 11 laps of the lead, as the guys in front of him will have to come in, if not for tires, for petrol.
Yeah, and the fuel burn a little bit, a little more thirsty here at this track. Obviously, we're over a half mile. We're not used to generally running on tracks that long, so they will look to be probably coming in a little bit sooner than we've seen. You can still get 100 out of this car around here, so it's going to be just north of 100 laps. But I don't know. You could still start counting this race backwards and looking at making a fuel stop here soon-ish. We're 63 laps in, so maybe in the next 15 to 20 laps, you're looking at a fuel window maybe starting to open up for these drivers, Bill.
Looking off the back of Chris Davis, who has really dropped like a pigeon after racing up front. Honestly, I have given up trying to get honest numbers on fuel consumption. It's like getting the nuclear codes. If they tell you anything, it's never right.
Well, Bill, it is a fixed setup, so I don't know that there's
I agree.
I don't know if there's much.
So why not
going on?
So why not just tell the commentator a number that is somewhere within, I don't know what, 10 laps? That seems doable, but all right, well, we'll find out.
Bill, you could run an AI session, and you could use the iRacing artificial intelligent drivers and calculate your numbers that way. Give it a shot. Set up an AI roster. You can name them whoever you want.
Are the guys in Boston paying you for that one? Is a little iRacing plug here?
Why not? Sure, absolutely.
Wouldn't bother anybody, as we are all fans of iRacing and what they do. God bless them for the masterpiece that they have made. And Sean, when you think about it, just making a short track series would be enough, right? But
right.
How about road racing? How about dirt racing? How about motocross? Whatever. Where's the drag racing? Is that in the mix?
No, I can't. No comment. We were on board with Matt Husa. Felt bad I didn't even mention him. As J.R. Shepard gets around another car, continues his lead. He's opened up that gap now to just close to, or just over 5 seconds. He's not playing around. He's certainly not looking for a caution right now. JR is going to run this out.
13 cars on the lead lap as Trey Bloom goes down one. Those are all real. Oh no! The 81 gets bumped. Joe Segala caught a lapped car. I believe it was the lap car of the 72. Yeah, it was Derrick Henry. Henry's been having some trouble. Got up in the wall and... All right, Segala, he picks up incident points. You can't give him an asterisk, because what can you do on this one?
Not much. He was the proverbial bystander right there. And boy, it took a hard hit. Segala gonna have to come in for his first stop, and I'm gonna guess fast repair as we go on board with him here on the replay. And you see what happened there, and that's Derrick Henry coming off the wall after making contact and ricocheting right into Joe Segala.
All right, we got ourselves a little pit battle, something we don't usually get to see here on the Bootleg Racing League. Shepard is in first. Aiden Young will be following him in second position.
Yeah, the window is open, baby.
Am I looking at this right? I was just thinking, I thought Aiden Young would come in. Did he not come in?
He did not.
Oh.
He is, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm showing everybody's come in.
I would think.
Yeah.
I would think, yeah. So let's see who's first off.
JR took all four, Bill. Coming out now. He's going to lead this field out.
So it's going to be Shepard, Aiden Young, Here comes Matt Hoos. And Kurt Smith just gets around the 7 of Chris Davis. We'll round out the rest of these for you. Salvatore, Harden, and then I believe it's going to be Bruce Pearson.
I'm starting to feeling about Kurt Smith. Watch out for him tonight. He's looked good so far.
Boy, you go way back to calling Kurt Smith when we were doing the modifieds.
Yes, sir. He definitely will it.
So everybody that came in for a stop, then we have the guys who stayed out that come in and get that and then get to the back of the field. I think when it all sorts out, we're going to have a baker's dozen worth of drivers on the lead lap. Jason Menda being the last one.
I love that we have this track on the schedule, to be honest with you. Great track for super late models. I've always enjoyed the Cup cars here, but honestly, yeah, modifieds are great here. Super lates are great here. Just really, really great door-to-door action. And it's just so much speed down these straightaways, Bill.
Let's put the camera on the number 57, the in and out machine of Mark Herzog. Contrary to his sponsor, he did not go in and out. He stayed out to get his lap back.
Hey, Bill, you know what you can't get in Boston?
In and out.
Yeah, no, you're not getting that there.
Get White Castle?
Not in Boston, but you don't have to go too far to get White Castle. Got to go over a state, I think.
All right. Okay, working lap number 76. We go green.
Just like that, we're working on halfway here, Sue.
Shepard. Hoost on the inside. Nice battle for second.
What a jump JR got. Oh! Watch out! Chris Davis, man, he cooked it going in there.
Man, took it in hotter than desert sand, but got it able to whoa up. Didn't get into anybody, only because there was nobody outside of him. Tip of the hat to Matt Hoos. Started in 9th, racing in 2nd, but as I said before, that does not tell the whole story. Got into an early incident, fell all the way back to the back. And here he is, racing just about 4 car lengths behind J.R. Shepard. Single file mostly through. Stuck on the outside is Joe Segala as he loses a spot to Jason Menda.
Yeah, they saw with that side-by-side racing, got them early on, Soup, and they've decided, maybe this single file racing here, for a few laps anyway, not a bad way to go. Hoos looks good. He's able to just kind of keep JR at arm's length there, not have to drive the car too hard.
12 cars on the lead lap, Jason Menda being the last one. 13 cars a lap down, Steve Hilbert, Trey Bloom, get down to Michaela Steffes, she's 2 laps down. Mark Herzog a couple laps down. 4 for David Trailer, and 6 for Derek Henry. Henry's car still in pit lane. The only car that has retired. Tip of the hat though, all those drivers were lap down, staying out there and racing. We're at Martinsville, round number 3 of 11 for the Bootleg Racing League Super Late Model Series. Every Friday night, 8:15 Eastern, 5:15 on the left coast.
Bill. Oh, we caught a caution up front. Chris Davis is in it, and man, he gets whacked coming off of 4.
Was Kurt Smith got into him. Great job from Ryan Salvatore. If we get our last look, Be fun to watch it through his perspective. And you know what? Davis got up on the outside and trying to sneak by. Maybe another look would be fun to watch it from the 40 of Michael Lemieux as well.
Davis just looked like a pinball there, Soup.
Yeah. Salvador does a good job of scooting by. Lemieux thought he had it.
Yeah, this
right
is the
on
shot.
board with Davis here. Oh no, I'm sorry. That is.
Yeah, that was. We were on board with Lemieux, and he gets
With Lemieux
right
that
through
gets
that.
underneath
Yeah.
him. Went down below.
Here's another angle here on the VGN replay.
And now we're going to look at it from the number 12 that almost gets through. That's a good job.
Yeah, good job, but I imagine he's going to have some right front damage on that car, maybe a little bit.
Salvatore really nicely done as he racing in 6th position.
Hopefully not too much damage on the right front there for him, Bill.
Okay, only car that did come in, well, I see Chris Davis came in. Well, that's obvious because his car got smacked, as did Lowell Jewell. Now, I don't think Lowell Jewell was involved in the incident. I could be wrong. I'll give a quick check. He might have just come in to get off strategy. A quick replay, see how the 20 is in, came down in. As we just about get into the halfway mark. And I'm correct, Lowell Jewell. Keep an eye on the 20. He was not involved. Oh, maybe caught some of it. Maybe caught some of it. There you see the case car in front of the field.
One of your favorites, Bill, the old Ford Mustang.
Yeah, you can't beat the Mustang. Needs that nice thick racing stripe right down the middle. All right, let's see if we can dial somebody up. How about Lowell Jewell? Let's talk to Lowell real quick. Let's see if we can bring the 20 up. Lowell, it's Soup. You caught a little bit of that last one. You couldn't squeeze to the outside, huh?
No, I didn't even see him coming.
Did you get tires?
Not that time. Just got the faster pair. It wasn't steering straight.
All right, well, you started in last. You got yourself halfway up there in 10th. Good luck to you. We'll see you down the road.
Thank you, sir.
And I did it to you again, Crackers. Sorry.
That's okay. That's all right. I'm on a diet. It's okay.
We're 3 races in. We'll get this down, folks. We got 8 more to get it figured out. It's only going to get easier when we have DJ Clark with us. All right, J.R. Shepard gets the jump. Matthews. He was as far back as 20th. He's worked his way up. Aiden Young gets to the inside for 3rd. Stuck on the top side now. Losing positions is Jeffrey Harden. As Smith gets underneath him.
They are really scrambling back there.
I haven't seen Ryan Salvatore race a lot, but I like what he does, man. He's fun. Bumping and banging going on.
Oh,
and I think we got a car that goes over. Steve Hilbert, the chief. And it was a drifting down into... Oh! Car on the outside drifted down into him. Get an ID on that. I thought it might be a little Cain and Abel action going on.
A little domestic violence there, Bill. It's probably not funny to say. Damn it, I really screwed up. Yeah. No, but you're gonna see right here, he almost kind of hooks him. Yeah, he's not clear, and boy, hits the wall there, and it just turns the car funny, and then he kind of wall rides it there and gets hung up there, gonna have to take a tow.
Well, Sean, let's dial him up. Let's bring in Steve Hilbert and find out, what's the deal with his brother. See if he can stir something up there.
Steve, Sean here. That looked like a hard hit. Who's to blame?
I'm not sure. Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was your brother.
Yeah, Mom always liked him better. I don't know. I either got up into him or he came down into me, but that's racing.
Any hope of you guys actually forming your own team?
No.
No?
I mean, we like the view from the cheap seats in the back. No, I mean, we're pretty realistic with our talent level, and just happy to get out here and mix it up with the guys and have a good time, and we just enjoy the racing, and that's about what we're going to do.
Well, Steve, after the Smothers Brothers reference, I got to go to my standard brother question. Growing up, who kept the cleaner room?
I probably did, I would say.
That's right. That's you want that from a former chief of police. All right, go get him, man.
All right, thanks.
Steve Hilbert, the former chief of police of Plain City, Iowa.
Do you think they still throw their toys at each other?
I don't.
I'm just
probably more expensive toys.
Just spitballing. That's all.
Steve goes down to the local watering hole, the granary there in Plain City, where he has become a celebrity. Walks in and doesn't have to pay for any drinks. Some of the perks of being on the Virtual Grip Network.
Do they have his races on, or are we talking to the masses now, possibly?
It could be if you're watching. Remember to tip your waitress. All right, J.R. Shepard out in front. He's been leading for many a lap. "70 laps to be precise, as we go green for yet another time."
JR certainly got that whole shot down, doesn't he, Sue?
The number 98 working lap number 98 in the lead. You can see the tower on screen left. Hoos, Young, Smith, Harden. I'll give you their starting grid position. 12th, 9th, 10th, 19th. Ryan Salvatore continues to making moves. Go ahead.
A handful of drivers are taking advantage of some of the carnage that happened in front of him early, and they've kept themselves up front. Matt, who's a perfect example of that, of a driver who avoided some of the earlier trouble, got a little caught up in one of them himself, but has managed to get himself up front, stay up here. And again, like I said earlier, just keep JR at arm's length. No reason to race too hard or burn up the car right now. Matt, looking really, really cozy out there.
The majority of the field on about a 28-lap stint. Some of the drivers to keep an eye on that were in recently. Joe Segala, Jason Menda. "14 cars on the lead lap. Trey Bloom got the lucky dog as he sits in the 14th position. Last car on the lead lap. Again, hard to really get a feel for who's fast and who's not, as if you have an ace, you're probably keeping it up your sleeve right now. I think it's safe to say that Matt Hoos, given a level playing field, can race with just about anybody out there. Shepard and Young, first and third, maybe the class of the field.
And Salvatore, he's been in just about every battle we've seen on screen tonight, Bill. This one no
Indeed.
different. John Wilson, also another driver. I mean, he started on the pole. He's still lurking around right outside the top 5.
All right, my spidey senses are tingling here, and the director found exactly where I wanted to be. This battle, it involves Davis that's leading this. Then there's Pearson, Lowell Jewell, and the last car, the 4th car in the train, but he's several laps down, is David Traylor. But watch those front 3 guys. The 7, and as I scroll through, I did it again. I went to the pit car. The 7, the 22, and the 20 of Lowell Jewell.
Yeah, here's Davis holding off. Series of cars behind him again.
Davis pitted 21 laps ago, as did Lowell Jewell. We talked to Jewell. He was in that interview. Pearson's been out there for 14 laps longer.
And on board with Chris Davis now, looking back at Bruce Pearson.
What's kind of nice when things settle down, a lot of times on these races that are so exciting, we have to jump you around a lot. Sometimes it's nice just to catch a breath and watch a battle for several laps, and we're doing that right now. A battle for what would be 9th position. As I say that, I heard somebody get in the wall, and I guess we're all okay.
It appears we are. I'm not seeing any yellow flags yet on screen. No, here we go, another battle. Salvatore back to having a fight with John Wilson. Wilson going to take the spot for now. Door is open. Here comes the 40 of Michael Lemieux.
Wilson, our pole setter, gets that position. Salvatore appearing to struggle a bit.
Ryan's been out there for almost 40 laps. He's definitely starting to see some degradation on those tires. He's definitely seeing it. Back there in the background, you saw Herzog get really loose. That car was pushing like a dump truck.
We've had 3 different drivers who've led laps. J.R. Shepard has led 86 of them. Chris Davis, the early leader, as he jumped from that 2nd position to lead the first 25 laps. And then Trey Bloom was able to sneak a lead lap in there during a yellow flag session where he was late coming in, stayed out, and was able to check off that box on his bucket list. Trey, I don't care how you do it. Leading the lap, leading the lap. So many different kinds of racing here on the short track racing here on the Bootleg Racing League. We're going to be going pavement for a while on BRL. Going to say goodbye to dirt for a little while. Rumor has it the new build is going to have the Delta Wing, and Lowell Jewell is going to try to implement that right into the Bootleg Racing League. You heard it here from Soup.
Yeah, that's just
That's
not accurate.
not accurate? Oh.
Not accurate. But I will tell you this: you have not seen the last of dirt on for the bootleg racing. So, Mr. Gardner, president of iRacing, made a very big announcement yesterday about the future of dirt on the sim. Go to iRacing.com and read that little story about that. But Tony had some very nice things to say and very exciting things for the dirt community. So I believe, like I said, you will see them back in the Bootleg Racing League again here at some point. On board with Mike Lemieux right now. White River Esports.
Got a caution.
Following this battle behind Davis. And yes, we did catch a
caution.
caution.
Oh, it is Bruce Pearson. And this is a rare case. I think this might be. Oh my goodness! Somebody needs to send call the paramedics and send them actually out to Pearson's home to make sure that he is actually alive and well, because this doesn't look good. I think that's a cat jumped on your steering wheel or something. That
Yeah,
thing went
it's
straight into the wall.
We're gonna go on board with him here. I hate to even speculate, but this could be hardware failure, Bill. Something's just not right. The car doesn't turn like that without something going wrong, generally mechanically speaking. So, yeah, not sure if he's on your list to talk to, but I'd sure like to know what happened to the poor fellow there. That had to hurt, especially if he was using a direct drive wheel and that wheel snapped on him. That might have been painful.
Weekend. I believe Pearson is on our list to talk to, so let's go ahead and talk to him and bring him up. And Bruce, it's Soup. Are you okay? See, now we're worried.
Yeah, I'm fine. My VR went out.
Okay. Oh, well, we're glad it wasn't a medical issue, because it did not look good from the broadcast point of view.
No, I knew, it went black in there. I knew there's a whole bunch of guys coming behind me, and the best thing to do is just put it in the wall and stay out of everyone's way.
Are you done for the night, or is it fixable?
I still have my fast repair, so that's good. The VR's got to work though. I'm towing.
Yeah, I get the idea. It's hard to race by braille. Sean, you have a question? I've got to throw it over to you.
No, I suspected it was some sort of mechanical failure, and it was. The VR went out on him. So good move and getting it in the wall and out of the way. I'm sorry it came at the expense of your race car and you having to get a fast repair, but you'll be back out. The car looks good. I mentioned earlier I like the paint scheme on that car. You want to credit anybody with that?
No, I do all my paint schemes, but it's just those are two causes that are kind of close to my heart. My dad served in Vietnam and Korea, and I have a pit bull, and they're misunderstood breeds, and they have American Pit Bull Foundation has a program where they take pit bulls from shelters and train them to be service dogs for veterans, so the two things kind of work together.
Awesome. Thanks for talking about your causes there, man. That's really cool. Glad to hear about that. Definitely support the good puppy dogs of the world. You and what was I going to say? Soup, help me. Donnie, you and Donnie Moore need to hook up, as he is a huge supporter of the ASPCA, so I'm sure you guys could be longtime friends.
Pace car is in. JR Shepard in control. The 21 to the outside of Mount Hoos. Here we go. We got time. Good jump from Shepard. Hoos should be able to tuck down in front of Aiden Young. Smith looking to the outside. The interesting battle is behind. There's some bumping and banging. Oh, getting really loose with Salvatore. Now we come out with the yellow. The part of it, oh my goodness, it was Trey Bloom involved in this one, as he was arguing with position for a longest time with Jason Menda.
Yeah, we'll spool it up here on the replay, slow it down just a little bit. You'll see the contact there in the middle of the track. And poor Joe Segala just can't catch a break, man. Jeez.
I talk about his incidents, but how many times can he just be minding his own business and he gets caught up in them?
I mean, he got doored. Yeah.
Segala was the 81 on the outside, and then the last car in was the 54 of David Trailer. Well, starting to get a little yellow friendly now. All this going behind J.R. Shepard, Matt Hoos, and Aiden Young, who are just out there turning laps. Are we at the point where can they go to the end? Do they have to pit again? We don't know.
So our front runners right now have been out here for just right at about 55 laps. Okay.
And and they got about 70 to go, so they would need to go 125 laps on fuel.
Yeah, and I think that's close. I think that's real close. So we're going to obviously find out. You don't want to give up position right now, that's for sure. You want to hang on to that. It's been important here. We've seen a lot of guys drive up from the back of the field, but no time to be messing around here with less than 100 laps to go, Bill.
Of course, we're talking a 125 lap stint, but a lot of them has been behind the pace car. 14 cars on the lead lap. Mark Herzog, the last of those. He gets the lucky dog. Tom Hilbert, the angry brother. First car, one lap down, sitting in 15th.
Is that what we're doing? We're labeling the angry brother now.
I thought Steve handled that very, very well as he didn't throw his brother under the bus.
Very professional.
Yeah.
Very professional.
Oh, you know, we are at Martinsville, Sean.
Yes.
So
yes, you had a pre-race meal, did you
I
not?
do, because Martinsville is famous for their hot dogs. We'll bring those up to you right now. It says, this was my meal. Tell me that doesn't look good, baby. Soup's pre-race meal. Oh, got some kraut, some onions, some mustard, some potato salad, and look at that bottle. You know what that is?
I certainly do, sir.
That's some Junior Johnson Midnight Moonshine. I'm at calling a Bootleg Racing League race. Got to have a little bit of that. Oh, boy. We're going green, and it is J.R. Shepard out in front, leading lap number 131. Matt Hoos sitting behind him. Trying to make the outside lung work is Kurt Smith, and we got a caution.
We sure
and
did.
Could it involve the angry brother? No, he was involved in it. Chris Davis looks like he maybe got the worst of it.
Yeah, Chris going to get caught up in this one, unfortunately. A little contact from the inside there.
That was Michael Lemieux.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. A big stack up there. You saw David Trailer get caught in that there at the end.
Trailer involved in it. Tom Hilbert involved in it.
In fact, we're on board with Tom Hilbert here on this VGN replay. Hilbert's going to be late to the party, but just nowhere to go. That's Trailer's car on his hood.
Late to the party, but quite an entrance.
Yes.
All right, so I missed up the call signs of the network here. How long do you think it is till I call Michael Lemieux Mario?
I'm shocked you haven't yet.
I can't believe it.
I took the under on that and I lost. So.
All right, the 40 of Mario of Michael Lemieux. That was sincere. That actually happened.
That was too easy. That was too easy.
The 40 of Michael Lemieux coming in for a pit stop. That's ridiculous.
Bill, I bet you couldn't tell me the color of George Washington's white horse, could you?
Oh, man. I still don't think... There's a handful of us that think you guys are all wrong and we're right. Who's to say? Who's to really say what yellow is yellow?
Soup, I deal with it every day. We're so old. You have no idea.
The world is a victim of the Crayola conspiracy. J.R. Shepard out in front. He has led 108 laps. 10 more than his car number. Matt, who's sitting in second, has been able to close the door on Hayden Young every time, but this time, it'd be Kurt Smith trying to sell the vacuums. Jeffrey Hart.
I think Matt here on the restart really should just drop in behind JR just as quick as he can. Just hard on the throttle, right off to get the jump with JR, and then just settle in right behind him. Hopefully JR can get a nice hole shot like he's continuing to do. Matt will anticipate that and take that spot immediately.
The top 7 drivers all been out for 63 laps. Lowell Jewell, now we don't know if Lowell got tires, but he has 14 laps. Well, I can say this, he has 14 laps more fuel. Or maybe not. If he doesn't need it, he wouldn't want to put in extra fuel and slow him down. All right, there's the jump from J.R. Shepherd. Look at Aiden Young on the outside. Holy smokes. Woo, like a rocket ship from the outside lane. He's going to get Kurt Smith of the drive off, too. Look at the 69. Going into 3 and 4, they are side by side. Ciela's about to out of 4. It's a drag race with Smith and Young. I think Aiden has maybe said, I've been patient long enough. Aiden, we haven't played the music yet, but I guess you can start dancing now if you like.
Jeffrey Harden got the best seat in the house. Watching this battle. Kurt Smith, Aiden Young going at it toe to toe. Kurt still a little bit better down below.
Young took a peek high, couldn't get it done. Tries to go low, can't get it done. Working both sides of the street like a jaywalking mailman. Let's keep an eye on Jason Menda in the 45. Drop back a little bit. He's working on our pole sitter, John Wilson.
Yep, John Wilson in another battle. About to get to 60 to go here, Bill. I'm sorry, 59 to go. My math is horrible.
Ryan Salvador drifting a little bit high. Boy, some of these drivers have really got their money's worth for their fun allotment tonight, as every time you look at them, they are in a battle.
Yeah, Wilson, Salvatore, all good examples of that. Is there a car on track that hasn't been hit? I'm curious. Well, maybe J.R. Shepherd.
Shepard's pretty clean. Yeah. Shepherd got to the lead at lap 26 and has been out there ever since, except for one brief moment under caution. We're looking at this battle now that is very hot, and that is moving to the inside, Aiden Young. Aiden gets a good drive off of 4, looking to get inside of Kurt Smith. Kurt kind of just waves the flag on that one.
Yeah, Ole. Yeah, he just
Ole.
Yeah. That's all right. They've got to work together here if they've got any chance of catching JR and Matt Moose. Honestly, if this thing were to stay green, it's going to be awful hard for them to catch him until they catch traffic, of course. We watch on screen, no, there's Lowell Jewell being followed by Herzog. That's your top, the back part of your top 10 there. Jewell in 9th, Herzog in 10th. Herzog looks to the inside. Nothing there yet. Lowell just a little bit loose off. And gets the car back down on the rumble strips there, where it should be.
And then the guy who always seems to be involved wherever we are, Chris Davis, being very aggressive back there racing in 11th, trying to crack into the top 10, see if he can get around the yellow car of Herzog. Watching everything is Michael Lemieux. Now, Lemieux was just in pit lane 15 laps ago. So it's very possible that he went ahead and bit the bullet and got the new tires. You know, if you're watching home and we've had so many yellow flags, and Sean mentioned about, if the thing goes green to the end, but if you know how these things play out, Sean, you and I have done these a lot. This is kind of the stage where the guys kind of settle down, and this very well could go green from here.
mean, look at the side-by-side racing we're seeing on screen here between Davis and Herzog. They're just really working each other over right now. Wow,
Boy,
words
Herzog-
are fun.
Yeah, Herzog gives him no cushion at all. Davis is going to get that spot. Herzog would really like to get down in there. And the 40 of Michael Lemieux says, you know what? I race mostly on dirt, but I know if I get in here and give you a little bang, that I will turn myself and lose all the positions.
Wow.
He loses, actually not so bad. He only loses one to Trey Bloom. And that's not even a position. Bloom's a lap down.
He almost put himself in the wall, Sue.
He did. Well, maybe things work differently on dirt than they do on pavement. Let's look at Jason Menda. Going to the inside of Ryan Salvatore. Salvatore has some, every once in a while I think he's a lapped car because I find him way up high going really slow, as is happening right now. You wonder if he ran out of stuff? Well, he's been out there for 81 laps. Maybe there's nothing left.
Your top 6 I'm showing right now have all been out there for 81 laps. So,
you know, J.R. Shepard's 81 laps are nothing like Ryan Salvatore's 81 laps.
No, they're not. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's the best point to make. I would say Matt Hoos has got a great race car left right now because he's not been battling anybody either. Just keeping up, you know.
It's funny, you get to the point, assuming, and this is a big assumption, that fuel is not an issue. Sean, I'd be surprised if we see these guys up front come in for tires if there were a yellow now, but I don't know, 45 laps, 43 laps to go. J.R. Shepard can get a lot done with fresh tires in 43 laps.
Yes, he can. And I'd say if the caution came out right now, you might see this top 8, top 10 all scramble in for a stop.
But as the laps clip off, the likelihood of someone coming in for rubber, it's you can come in with 40 to go. Maybe you can come in with 30 to go. You get to disco time, and that's really not when you want to be trying to do stuff.
Right, exactly.
And we're looking at 40 to go as we come around this time. J.R. Shepard has been the dominant force. Matt Hoos, maybe the story of the race. Early incident, went all the way back. Not sure if he actually got to 20th. I think it might have only been 19th. Climbed his way through the field.
Sheer tenacity has kept him in this race.
Well, what you have there, it was, the saying goes, treachery and experience beats youth and exuberance. Well, you got Matt Hoos and J.R. Shepard, lot of experience up there. Aiden Young, the young gun. Now, here's the story on Aiden Young. He's really gotten a reputation for saving his stuff, even to the point where maybe waiting too long. It's hard to say how fast Young really is. Looking for his first win. 2 seconds and a third so far this season.
All right, well, I'll give you a little info. Aiden Young, his best lap so far was an 18.990. Okay? What was J.R. Shepard's best lap? Well, it's been an 18.871. Still, his best has not been as good as JR's best. Now, here's another stat. Matt Hoos's best lap's been an 18.950. So, Aiden Young catch Matt Hoos? Possibly. We're looking on the screen as it gets around another car. Aiden takes it deep down inside.
That was the angry brother of Tom Hilbert there. Let's go to the 61, as Hilbert's doing a good job of keeping it up high. Now, I can't really tell you how to race fast, but I can tell you how to be a good back marker. And Tom Hilbert did a good job there. What you really need to do, guys, if you're interested in being an efficient back marker, is actually practice racing that line every once in a while. And there you see Hilbert going under, Jeffrey Harden going underneath.
I would still say the biggest story in this top 5 right now has got to be Kurt Smith. Kurt Smith started in 19, started on that last row, and he finds himself currently in 4th.
You can see the tower. You can look at the intervals. There are, I'm going to say, about 10 car lengths back to Hoos between Shepard, maybe 15 car lengths back to Young, and then another 12 and a half car lengths back to Kurt Smith. Commentating very, very specific on the car lengths. We talked about it going green, Sean. We're getting there.
Well, I certainly don't want to be the one to step up, say anything, and jinx anything. Chris gets loose on screen, and that's going to hit Bill. You dropped the commentator's curse right on him on the whole field. You did it.
You were on the mic when it happened.
Happens right there at the pit entrance. They're able to peel right off. We're going to see what happens here on the VGN replay. He just loose off. Just goosed her a little too much coming off.
You know, he had the angry brother of Tom Hildred out there. I wonder if he didn't quite get the drive up to the wall that he would have wanted. Maybe caught him by surprise. Davis certainly has been involved with his share of incidents today.
Yeah, but he's also been really fast too.
Yes.
And he's been up front. It's a shame to see him get caught up in another one.
Oh, it was Matt Hoos who took a peek at pit lane but says, no, somebody's got to come down. Lowell Jewell says, I will take it. There are only 12 cars on the lead lap. So worst case scenario is, let me collect myself, 11. Lowell Jewell will grid up in 11th position with fresh tires, a lot of talent, and 25 laps. Another driver that comes down is Salvatore. We've seen Ryan be very quick and also struggle to get the car down low. So, yeah, I don't know. It'll be fun to watch. This is what I like about this rule package. 200 laps, something we never see in the shorter 100 lap sprint races. A little pit strategy.
Yeah, and we're seeing it unfold in front of us again here tonight. Those guys up front, though, I had a feeling, honestly, if there was a window there where they may have come in, but here now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, just under 30 laps to go, and boy, really tough to give up those positions up front because you don't know how many more cautions are going to come out towards the finish. The cautions themselves could thwart your efforts to get back to the front if this thing turns into a caution fest here over these last 25 laps.
But J.R. Shepard and, well, let me name all of the guys here, all the way down to John Wilson. Shepard, Hoos, Young, Smith, Harden, Wilson, all 100 laps on their tires. Now, a little bit better for Jason Mendez. He's only been out there for 76 laps, 43 laps for Mark Herzog. Michael Lemieux, 39. But then you get to the guys we talked about. Ryan Salvatore, Lowell Jewell, Joe Segala. Now, with apologies to Lowell Jewell and Joe Segala, they haven't shown me the speed that I've seen from Salvatore. So, if I were to bet, we'll keep a watch on that one. You'll be starting in 10th. That's a big difference. 100 laps.
Yeah.
Fresh tires. But Sean, you do know what JR stands for. That everyone knows. Junk rubber.
Junk rubber, baby.
If his parents knew what he was going to be doing, and if there's anybody who can manage 100 laps tires. Go ahead, Sean. I interrupted you.
No, it's all good. No, it's funny as we roll into the evening here at Martinsville. This is something that, quite frankly, you didn't always see. Lights still a fairly new thing in Martinsville, Virginia. I'm trying to remember. I think it's only been maybe 5 years that they've had lights down.
The Wrigley Field of short track racing. Ryan Salvatore. Keep an eye on him. He's in the number 12. I'll chart his progress as we go green. J.R. Shepard gets the jump. Matt Hoos tucks into second as he's done so many times before. This time it's Aiden Young on the inside with Kurt Smith on the outside trying to hold that position. Jeffrey Harden says, I would like fourth. Menda, Wilson, Herzog. Salvatore's already got one spot as he goes around now. Michael Lemieux working the outside. Oh, the very outside, and he gets tagged by the 20 of Lowell Jewell. Two drivers on fresh tires with the same agenda. And Salvatore and Jewell's hopes are dashed.
Yes, they are. And here is your VGN replay. Salvatore all the way up top. And he got in, came off hot, had to get on the binders there, Bill, and it got the car out of shape and caused a big mess.
Yeesh. Well, that's good news for the guys up front on old tires. And you know who else got involved in that one, Sean?
Yeah,
Take a guess.
Yeah, watching this replay again, and we see Joe Segala nowhere to go as that car was screaming across the track. It just cut right up in front of him.
You know,
going to get a little more damage.
If I'm in a lightning storm with Joe Segala, he's walking on the other side of the street. My God.
Yeah, I don't want to get near him.
No.
Certainly not taking him to the casino with me.
No. Our director. Oh, let's go ahead. Our director chipping him with a quip. Hit by lightning on a sunny day. All right, the pace car out. We're working lap 179. Sean, we will be going green soon.
Yes,
Yeah.
we will. Well, we will.
We will indeed. Again, pulling the curtain back here on BGN. This little commentator crosstalk there to make sure everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, this is not going to work out for us though, Soup. I don't.
Yeah,
okay,
well,
we'll do that on the fly. Right.
There we go.
We'll do it live. There we go.
I've called enough green flag restarts here today. Let's pass the torch a bit. Yeah. J.R. Shepherd has led 153 laps. Okay, if you're at home, why don't you take this moment and pick yourself your winner? You got to think the Shepherd's got to be probably in the best position, but who's? You don't know how much he has left back there. Aiden Young has got around Kurt Smith, and Young is notorious for saving his stuff.
Yeah, you said it. Yeah. Yeah, and I said it earlier about Kurt Smith. He's looked good tonight. He's had some trouble. He's been in a couple of incidents, but he has looked good. He could still very much be a contender. And then there's last season's champ, Jeffrey Harden, sitting right there in 5th place, Bill. So nobody really out of this thing yet, with just a little bit of time left to go.
And one of the drivers that came in for a pit stop, of course, was Ryan Salvatore. And you have to wonder, I wish there was a way, was he able to take tires? In fact, I'm going to look at it right now in front of him. I see the car went up on the left sides. All right, he took inside tires. He took left side tires. So he's got half of a set.
All right, Sue.
All right, Sean, it's all you, baby.
Pace car's in. Let's drop that disco ball from the season. 20 laps to go, baby. It's time to boogie here at Martinsville.
There's a man of habit as there is actually 18 laps to go. But
that's
all right.
Technicality.
And we got another caution as the disco music stops. And it involves Lowell Jewell involved in this one. And the 81 of, who's in the 81? It's Joe Segala.
Say it isn't so, Joe.
All right. And he just got punted. Now, boy, I got to be careful because there are certain drivers that you can be harsher, and then the drivers that pay the bills you have to be a little more conservative on. But we call them as we see them. The 20 just punted Joe Segala. And coming to his defense is Lowell Jules' right-hand man, our commentator, replay Ryan Seneker, who says that Segala braked awfully early.
Well, okay, all right. So listen, we're going to take another swipe out of here. We're going to look at it. Or no, this is actually a secondary incident. But to be fair, I don't think Joe meant to brake as hard as he did in the middle of the turn. He marks it a little bit coming off. We're going to look at it again. Yeah, I don't know. He didn't look right coming down the straightaway. Didn't look right coming off the turn. Joe definitely slowed down. We don't know why. Yeah.
And then what you see here...
Difference of opinion. Let's just say there's between the drivers, not between you and me.
And then there's an incident later on that one of the things that the race stewards have been trying to crack down on, and that is drivers slow to react to the yellow flag. There have been more than a few incidents where the yellow flag is flown and drivers just come in and they pile in and
they're cracking down on ARCA brakes. Basically.
yeah. Let's get it wound up. And the point that was made is it's really pointless because the positions that you get are not you don't get to keep them, so it's not like you can do anything there. All right. Well, now this is very interesting. While all that was going on, iRacing has decided to score Aiden Young in second. I will try to review and see if that happened on the track or if he was able to get around Hoos and get that second position. Hoos was comfortably racing in second. And no, I believe maybe Aiden Young had made that pass before it went yellow. Yeah, he did. He got to the inside of Hoos. Got it done early. Right off the green. If they went green, Young was able to get down, get that spot. So now we've seen Young work the top side. So it's your point leader on the outside of row one. It's the man who's trying to chase him on a 2-win streak on the inside. The pace car is in. J.R. Shepard will be going with 12 laps to go when he gets the green. And a great jump. Young tucks right in behind him. Now we're going to see some racing. Back behind. Oh my goodness, the 45 of Menda got really loose, but he keeps it going straight.
Matt Hoos trying to keep them all at bay. Kurt Smith having a good run, trying to run up on Hoos, but it's the battle behind him.
And Soup is going to get up on his, what I call his soup box here and make a little speech that while positions in the back are fun, with 10 to go, let's race a little careful back there so we can get this thing to finish under green. Really like to see if Young has anything for the old man.
Oh, that's Segala in the wall some more. Just trying to finish this race right now. That car is awfully beat up. The fast repaired, long gone.
Trying to straighten it out using the wall. Not much of a battle for first, second, third, or fourth. Let's jump it back to where the yellow flag is going to come. Menda and Harden. And let's throw Herzog in there as well. A little bit of a hello from Jeffrey Harden on the back of Menda.
Yeah, this is going to be a nice result for Herzog if he can keep it there, Bill. Herzog was a couple laps down at one point. He's had a really rough night. But, man, you want to talk about salty old vet, crafty. Herzog's been wheeling short tracks for a while. A very, very experienced driver.
Well, in California, Mendocino County is wine country. Right now, the cork in this wine bottle is Menda, as he's trying to hold back Jeffrey Harden. Herzog would like to get there as well, and now the 40 of Michael Lemieux in the mix. You're not missing anything up front. Well, I apologize. We're going to take you away. Let's go to second. Because my partner has been touting what Matt Hoos can do. And clearly Young has nothing for Shepard, but he's not able to drive away from Hoos or even Kurt Smith.
Says it right there on the car, Young Gun. There he is, Aiden Young. Matt Hoos trying to catch him. And Kurt Smith's still in this thing. And the laps are going away, 5 to go.
Been a strong showing from J.R. Shepard. 169 laps led so far. He's looking to get the final 4. There is a battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. There's a battle for 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Sean, they maybe listen to me. Things are settling down a bit.
Yes, they have.
We may be able to finish this one racing under anger. Watch out. Here comes Young starting to close the gap. Yes, time is running out. The 98 working lap 198. The interval about 4 car lengths. J.R. Shepard, multi-time champion. Trophy case that needs its own room in his home. Working lap 199. He had a horrible 10th place finish, well, horrible by his standards in the opening round. Came back with round 2 with a win. Came back in round 3 with a win. And now here we are in round 4 at Martinsville. He gets the white flag and he's out in front, 2 corners away from picking up his 3rd consecutive win and closing the gap in the points by 1 on Aiden Young. Out of corner number 4. J.R. Shepard wins round 4 at Martinsville. Young gets 2nd. Hoos, Smith, Menda, Harden, Herzog, Lemieux, Wilson. Rounding out your top 10 is Trey Bloom. In the magic transfer position, 4 laps down. Yes, he's trailing because his name is David Trailer.
It's a really, really great race in there to the finish, Bill. Another great run by J.R. Shepard. But tonight, I'll tell you, aside from Aiden Young, the story is about some of the veterans. Matt Hoos with a top 5 finish there. Kurt Smith, Jason Menda, Jeffrey Harden, who sat back in the field for most of the race. Those guys put on a heck of a show for us this evening, working their way up to the front, and not enough can be said about Kurt Smith and him picking up 15 spots in this race. Listen, J.R. Shepard, he gained 11 himself, so you know, a great night as always for J.R. He always makes it look great in the end, Bill. I was entertained.
What we will do is we come down and give you an official rundown of the standings, and then we'll talk to some of the drivers before we put a lock on the gate. Don't go far. You're watching the Virtual Grip Network. That's VGN.
Chuckles. I'm in danger. 250 can possibly go to the outside. He does go to the outside of Ricky Harden. Tries a slide draft him. Harden goes up the track. Now back down to the bottom. Gets a huge push from Tommy Ryan at the start finish. It's going to be Thomas George.
Running the high line, trying to make that
got
pass.
loose off turn 4.
In the grass goes the 6 car, and they were side by side, 2 by 2 here.
Scott Eckler winning the last race of the season and the championship.
Jeff Ford definitely getting the championship for season 2.
Give it up for Thomas George, winning the race in the championship. George overshoots the corner. Scott puts that car just where he needs to on the middle. It's going to be a drag race through the kink.
Welcome back to Martinsville Speedway and VGN's fourth round coverage of the Bootleg Racing League Super Late Model Series presented by Skitter Creek Motorsports Group. The results are in. Let's give them to you now. Had a tough opening round, but now he's won 3 in a row. And we're talking about J.R. Shepard, who closes the point lead to Aiden Young by Young, as Young finished right behind him. Matt Hoos started in 9th, fell all the way back from an incident, worked his way up, was quick. He gets 3rd. Kurt Smith raced up front for most of the race after starting in 19th. He gets 4th. Rounding out to top 5, Jason Menda. Jeffrey Harden is 6th. Mark Herzog is 7th. And Menda, Harden, and Herzog in that great battle at the end. That also included Michael Lemieux, who gets 8th. John Wilson, our pole sitter, he gets a top 10 in 9th. And Trey Bloom, he was 1 lap down. Well, he's going to finish on the lead lap in 10th. Sean?
Soup, let's take the back half of the field. Ryan Salvatore will finish 11th this evening. Lil Jewel in 12th. Michaela Steffes will finish 13th. 14th is going to go to Joe Segala. Then we go to David Trailer. Had a tough luck there. He'll finish 4 laps down, but in 15th, Bill, which means he has the transfer spot for the inversion next week. Tom Hilbert will finish 16th. 17th going to go to Chris Davis. What could have been for Chris Davis tonight. Darn. Just a tough break all the way around. Bruce Pearson had a tough break 81 laps ago. 18th for him. Steve Hilbert, well, he was less better of the brothers. He'll finish 19th. And Derek Henry will finish 20th tonight, Sue.
So the hammer the pun home trailer will not be, as he will be starting on the pole. All right. Let's go ahead and take this opportunity to talk to a driver that we don't get to talk to very often. Of course, I'm talking about J.R. Shepard, and I hope you enjoyed the sarcasm. J.R., you got to the lead awfully early.
Yeah, definitely, Soup. Wasn't expecting that here tonight. It's just kind of the way that those starts worked out, and was able to get some track position really quick. So, yeah, definitely. Once you get the lead and you have any kind of pace, it's nice to have that because you can kind of just kind of pace the field. You kind of control the flow of what the race is doing, and yeah, just having that early really helped tonight.
We had a yellow flag with about 30 to go. Was there ever a thought of, I think it might have been with 40 to go, was there ever a thought of coming in for tires?
I did think about it, but our lap times had only fallen off 3 or 4 tenths of a second per lap, and I knew the only way that it was going to pay off to pit is if everybody pitted, and I knew there'd be at least half of the field stay out, and then you never know how many cautions you're going to get, or how much time you're going to have to actually race and try to get your way back up there. So decided to stay out, even if it didn't pay off, and it looked like everybody just decided to follow.
We've seen drivers spin on their own. Talk to me about being out front for so much. Is it a rhythm? Is concentration a problem? You're not really having a lot of battling while you did that for 140 laps.
Yeah, most of the time it's not a huge issue to be out front, but here you really have to stay focused, and it's a big rhythm racetrack. So if you make a mistake one lap, it'll take 2, 3, sometimes 4 laps to get that rhythm back going, and I know I did it once, and I thought, well, my tires are gone, and 3 laps later, I was able to run fast laps again. So it's really hard to try to stay focused, and you just got to focus forward and be consistent on what you're doing each and every lap.
All right, JR, congratulations. That's 3 wins in a row. You got 8 more to go.
Yep, thank you guys. And before I go, give a shout out to the Bootleg Racing League, the Skitter Creek Super Late Model Series for putting this on. You guys up in the Virtual Grip Network booth, we really appreciate what you guys do each and every week. And, of course, my team, Different Path Motorsports.
Good job. See you down the road. And
Yep.
Soup will do the math. There's actually only 7 more to go, as this is round 4 of an 11-round season. All right, Sean, who you got?
Well, I've got the young gun, Aiden Young. And Aiden, you start in the middle of the field tonight, a caution-filled event, 11 of them tonight. You were around them, but I don't recall ever seeing you actually in one. Was that the key to saving your car, being here and finishing second tonight?
I guess so. They scared me half to death, but I guess I came out okay.
So, Martinsville, pretty tricky track, really fast. What is your secret to getting around here at Martinsville?
I don't. I just turn the wheel and hope for the best.
Okay, we'll take that. Turn the wheel and hope for the best. Second place, you're doing okay in the points. It's going to be a really good points night for you. What do you have to keep in mind going into next week?
I just keep the momentum up and keep getting top 5s, and we'll see where we end up at the end.
All right, Aiden. Well, we will definitely see you next week. And
Sean, I got a question for Aiden. Aiden, I know we talked about your fireman training a lot. I know that they teach the history of fireman fighting when in the academy. Do you know what happened in 1887, Aiden?
Nope.
That was the first year of the invention of, take a guess. The fire pole. Yes, you must have missed that day. Congratulations on the second place again. That's the second one. Third one this season, buddy. Go get him.
Thank you.
1887, Sean, the invention of the fire pole.
That's good information, man.
I don't think you knew that. Let's bring in Matt Hoos.
He clearly stated he did not know that, Bill.
Matt Hoos, our third place finisher. Matt, congratulations, man. You were quick all race, but when you look at it on the numbers, it says Matt Hoos started in 9th, finished in 3rd. Really doesn't tell the story of the race.
No, it was a lot of work. I thought I was in big trouble from the beginning. I don't even know what happened at this point. I'm guessing I caught the curb and spun myself around. So with a little bit of luck and some good restarts there, was able to get myself back up front.
Matt, I've had the privilege of covering you in so many different series here on the Bootleg Racing League, and we've seen you in the modifieds and the late model, super late model. Is there a car that best suits you?
Yeah, the SK modified is the one I love.
Yeah, I think I would have. Sean and I give.
That's just shocking. I'm shocked to hear that, Matt. That is almost offensive. I can't believe you'd be so biased towards one vehicle.
Matt, I'll get you out on this one. Yeah. Late in the race, there was the caution with we're just thinking like 30 to 40 or go. We saw you fake to pit lane. Was there ever a thought of actually going down in pit lane?
I really was. I was hoping somebody else would come with me, and I thought, well, maybe we could stick JR without any tires, but nobody was going, so forget that.
God bless you for that, because I think that should almost be an unwritten rule in this situation. If JR's out in front and he doesn't pit, it should be mandatory. Everybody has to pit.
Yeah, I think so. No, we were JR and I and whoever I was racing with the whole time up there.
Aiden Young.
Aiden, we were all running about the same lap times, and so Aiden was gracious on some of the restarts there, letting me down to the bottom, so I returned the favor because I thought, well, the only shot we got at JR is to get lined back up here, but JR is so smooth and so hard to catching him and staying with him is one thing, but passing him's a whole nother story.
Got it. Like milking a rooster, the hard part starts after you catch it. Congratulations. We'll see you down the road. Nice finish.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for another good broadcast. And I'd like to thank my team, Thunder Ridge Racing, for the practices we have during the week. And BRL and the great group of guys we have here. This place wouldn't be what it is without the racers we have.
Agreed. Congratulations. Nice to see you finish on the podium and get an interview. Matt Hoos, our third place finisher here tonight. We'd like to thank the good folks at Skitter Creek Motorsports Group, the home of the Bootleg Racing League, GT Racing League, Thunder Ridge Racing, Virtual Grip Network, and more. Please visit them at skittercreek.com. If you like what you saw tonight, you can join us again for round 5. That's going to be Friday, April 28th from, it says Martinsville, but obviously we're here at Martinsville. I'll just look over here on the chart. I'll get off my script. Lucas Oil Raceway is where we're going. Oh, that's going to be good. You want to go there? That's going to be live at 8:10 p.m. next week. But before then, VGN has another broadcast tomorrow, Saturday night, April 22nd at 8:50 p.m. That's going to bring us, that's when I get to have myself another hot dog, because we are right back here at Martinsville. So for those upcoming broadcasts, as well as the one you just saw, they're all been a production of the Virtual Grit Network. With that said, we're going to put a lock on the gate and say until next time, have fun storming the castle.